Hey everybody, it's Lisa Lampanelli. Welcome to another episode of Losers with a Dream. Yes, today's going to be quite an exciting event, and I'll tell you why. Because I, as you'll hear later, am completely unprepared for this. I haven't podcasted in a few weeks because we had a few weeks off for various reasons. So who the F knows what's going to fly out of my mouth? I would say I'm going to bet on 2 C's, 8 F's, and a lot of fats. So our topic today is a topic that we're all familiar with because none of us, we've all heard the saying that growth does not go in a straight line. It goes up and down and up and down. And that's what our subject is. The subject is 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Because Nick and Bo, every time they make some progress, they go right back to where they started. But who doesn't? It's the human condition. It's how we are. And as Paula Abdul said, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We go together because opposites attract. Yeah! And if you don't know that song, you're too fucking young. Turn off the radio now. Uh-oh, it's not a radio. It's a podcast. Thanks for coming back. Keep listening. Here's Losers with a Dream. Hey, you all know what time it is. It's Lisa Lampanelli, and it's time for the Losers with the Dream featuring me and, 2 other guys, Nick and Bo. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I'm the star. Are you kidding me? They'd be nothing without me. Losers with the Dream. You're listening, so who's the actual loser? Now sit back and enjoy Losers with the Dream. Or don't enjoy it. Or don't even sit down. Shut up, burn calories.
Hello, welcome to the Losers with a Dream podcast. We are losers.
We got some big dreams.
Yeah, we do. That's it?
No idea.
I was waiting for this big musical number.
I know. Well, like I told in the intro, we've not missed an episode of the podcast, but we've had a few weeks off for various reasons.
That's right.
So I think I'm just loaded for bear. And I don't mean bears like the gays. Although I'm always ready for those guys, too.
That's true.
So is Bo.
Bo is a total bear.
He's been training.
If you were up in P-Town, they'd say, oh, he's kind of a cub. Because like in the gay community, a bear is kind of an older big guy. You're a cub because you're a young-ish gay guy.
Oh.
I'm turned on, guys.
I don't know what Nick is, just a sausage.
I'm an otter. No, what's an otter?
I think you're an otter, like it's a smooth guy.
No,
like
I'm not smooth.
You're hairy as F.
I'm very hairy.
And it's gross.
Yeah.
So give our plugs first so we can get that out
first
of the way.
and foremost, go to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review, nothing less. Okay.
5 stars.
You can find us on Spotify, on YouTube, on TikTok if you care.
Whoa.
You can find us on Patreon.
Oh.
I hate Patreon.
We know.
But can I tell you, wait, I'm going to move my books so you can see them. There we go. Oh, it's going to
they're
fall
gonna
right
fall.
on my twat. No, but I tell you what I did on Patreon, and I decided I didn't hate it. Because at first it just seemed like a big labor.
Yeah.
For not a whole lot of anything.
Labor of love.
Yeah, but you know what happened? I did a Zoom chat with a bunch of gays because somehow we're very popular with them. I don't know why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
So, because you guys are eye candy.
True.
Okay, that's not why. It's because I'm an icon.
Eyesore.
No, but so I was doing this Zoom chat and like literally 40 minutes went by like that. And I went into it going, I'm going to cut this short at 15. And it went for that full 40 because I'm too cheap to have the subscription.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
I had to get used to it, though. It's tough.
So the moral of the story is...
If you want a live
sign
chat,
up!
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you want a
they
live
should.
chat with Lisa Lampanelli.
And I think the reason I enjoyed it so much is because it's supposed to be a live chat with all 3 of us, and you guys weren't involved.
Right.
So I think it's just a lot more fun to
When we're not there?
Yes. Yes. Indeed.
Cool!
Well, I think it was not because I don't like you or think you have something to offer, but it's a lot.
Sure.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot to juggle voices like that.
Yeah.
So I can just cut off the Patreons and like
I
just
get
be
that.
like, okay. But you
that.
two,
I have a lot of star quality.
who does?
No,
I think he does.
What's it say?
Me.
What are you
I
talking
have
about?
natural
So
talent.
it's like-
He has a star quality.
Yeah. So
and
it's
we
like
both...
Listen,
like
I
2
have
shooting
my
stars.
opinions. depends on the TUIs and your strengths, and they don't intersect. Anyway.
But our wieners do.
People should definitely sign up to do Patreon because it is actually kind of fun.
They should do it.
And follow us on Bumble and Hinge.
No, don't do that. Because
Yeah.
I don't even have the apps right now. I'm just kidding.
Let's hope
I'm still
you
on
don't.
them.
No one cares.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
We're
Also,
gonna talk
you
about that
can
later. That's our main topic. You and your fucking lack of progress. Anyway.
follow us on Instagram. You can
Ooh.
follow me at Nick Scopes. You could follow this guy at Bo McDowell Comedy.
That's right.
JFL.
Change-
It's like one of
Changing
those.
comedy.
It's one of those like ironic names. Bo McDowell tragedy was already taken.
And of course, you could follow the great Lisa Lampanelli and her blue check mark. She's a real celebrity.
Yeah. Somebody the other day said to me, "Why don't you have a blue check mark on Twitter?" Because I was hacked that time, remember? And they took
I
the
didn't know
check
that.
mark away. Yeah, it was really tragic. And I was like, I couldn't tell if they were trying to make me feel bad
yeah.
or if they were just being nice. But either way, I said, delete! You're dead to me! Never point out what I lack!
Classic.
I know. Total bitch.
Yeah, you have like 500,000 on like Twitter.
I know, it's so stupid because you know half of those are from The Apprentice because they hate watched me on that.
Right.
And so it's like 8,000 Venezuelans who are really pissed that I was mean to Miss Universe. Get over it. She needed to go.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
all I have to say. Oh my God, I
Do
am
you think
loaded
Bo
for
and I
bear.
would ever make it on The Apprentice? If it
Or
were
like,
happening
or
right now?
like a Mr.
Well, no, because they
Universe thing.
say celebrity, so no.
Say we're celebrities.
Okay, say you're.
Yeah.
I don't think you're controversial enough, Nick.
Oh, you got.
I don't think you
gotta be
misbehaved
rough.
like I did. And I think Bo, if he promised to have a relapse during The Apprentice, they would say absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, you would relapse on it, and I'll tell you why.
'Cause, yeah.
It is the most stressful thing ever. All I did was live on sugar, and it is horrific.
So you gotta be. You have to be on those types of shows. You have to be like dramatic on purpose.
Well, I remember after the first episode, they did come up to me and go, we know you're the nicest person. Everybody loves you back. In order to stay
Yeah.
on, you probably want to ramp it up a notch. I go,
You
you
need
don't
to
have
kick
to
a
tell
few
me
clams."
twice. Next day, it was like, Victoria Gotti, get the fuck out of here.
I love that. That's so funny. They're
was
like,
pretty
no,
bad.
we know you're a nice person, but we really need you to dial up the
Take
mean."
it up
Yeah.
a notch. Oh,
You were
my
like,
God.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all behind me. Now I'm retired and I work 1 hour a week with you two idiots. So, what are we going to do as our first segment, Nicholas?
Well,
Oh, boy.
we're gonna do our mental health
Chicken.
chicken, mental health
Check-in.
chicken sandwich.
As most people
Mental
say.
health check-in. That's what we're gonna do. We do not do scale 1 to 10 'cause we're not boring. We're
No.
fucking cute and fun, and we like to do different things and compare it to stuff.
Can I
Yes.
just ask you real quick? Because honestly, this came up earlier today when I was discussing something. Mental illness. It's out there a lot.
Well, yeah.
So it's really in my day, you didn't refer to it. As we said last week on the podcast, you could just call people crazy and it was okay and lock them up, which was terrific.
Yeah.
But what are you guys? Do you guys ever think you get sick of tiptoeing around mental illness?
Like people who have it and
Yes.
like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like somebody who like keeps using their I have anxiety as a crutch to do anything they want or
Well,
act
do you
like
think social anxiety, like, it just means they're boring? Because I literally have
You got
friends-
nothing to say.
I literally have people who come to like a game night, which Nick
Yeah.
was so kind to come and bring Anthony and his lovely wife Erica.
It was so fun.
And I had someone there who I will not mention, of course, who's a good friend who was just literally quiet the whole night.
Yeah.
Like just shut down. And I was like, oh, this person has social anxiety, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm trying to be as woke as possible and aware of this thing.
Right.
But sometimes it feels like mental illness, help yourself kind of thing.
Right.
So would you classify yourself, Bo, as having mental illness?
Yes.
So
Extreme.
no, I would definitely say that about you.
Yeah.
But you do help yourself so it doesn't come off victim-y.
Right.
So do you think, have you encountered a lot of people who just kind of have this blanket, I have mental illness, I just can't be helped?
Yeah, they just use it as a way to like not do anything.
Right.
Or to like prove their own story. right? So it's like I have this story about how my life is horrible and I'm a victim and nobody likes my open mic tapes and whatever. And then the reason why all of that happens is because I have XYZ mental illness, right? Whereas like I have mental illness,
right,
but it's not going to keep me from
I
doing
don't see
anything.
it holding you back.
Yeah, I mean,
the ladies love you. The audience.
I mean, I'm crushing
the,
it.
The audiences adore you. Wait, abhor you. And look, you're right on your way to failing your first Montreal Comedy Festival audition this week.
Right.
So I feel I believe in you. No, but I do feel bad for people who have severe mental illness like bipolar and this and that. But those other things I think are manageable, thank God.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people that are like walking around the street and they're like, they're losing their minds and they can't.
Those are the ones I have no patience for.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding. In the old days, though, you could watch the news and they would say the homeless man with the machete is under arrest. This morning I saw one where this was horrible. It was on Channel 11 News. A mentally ill guy who had, by the way, 40 arrests last year, literally assaulted a little kid, like a 6-year-old, just smacked him. And the mother went after him and she won, which I thought was pretty badass. And they couldn't describe him as anything other than a man with severe mental difficulties.
Right.
Years ago, you wouldn't hear that. It'd be like,
crazy man.
Homeless, crazy motherfucker assaults 6-year-old boy and mother kills. It's just, it is. It's hard for me to get my head around that whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they should be in an institution.
Shot.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
No, Nick.
Oh, sorry.
Do you, by the way, believe that an adult? I'm laughing because I don't, and I'm wrong. I know I'm bad for saying this. When adults like who are 40 goes, oh my God, I'm 40. I was just diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh
that
my gosh.
explains a lot.
No.
Do you not have patience for that?
I have no patience for that.
Why is that? Because I'm trying to learn.
Because by the time you're 40, you've learned how to be an adult and live your life. And if you finding out that you have ADHD at that age is like, oh no, how will I ever cope? It's like you haven't done nothing in your life.
Right.
You have no real experiences. This is just a way for you to feel like a victim after you've already fucked your life up. So it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, now I have a cause.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now I have a reason why I sucked at everything. Now I have a reason why I got fired from every job. It's like, well, you could have just not been an asshole.
Person. Well, that happened to me, though, because the reason I asked is at 40, I woke up one day and I said, oh, my God, I've just been diagnosed as being a huge cunt. And I said, you know what, Lisa, make lemonade out of le lemon and indeed become a comedian.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any mental illness you have, which I'm sure is available.
Very, very little, very tiny. I can't even imagine walking into a party and not, and caring that much.
Yeah.
That's got to feel stressful. But like there was a post the other day where some guy was like, if a person with anxiety asks you to help them order coffee, don't say, hey, buck up.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I've been handling my friends with social anxiety wrong all these years.
Well, there's this idea that we need to coddle everybody who has a problem.
Right.
Which is insane.
Is that why we've been meaner to Nick lately?
You just got to shoot him in the street, guys. Some people just have to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
it's fine. You want to see some people that need to go? Come to an open mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
What,
It's
all the
worse than
comics or
any-
the audience.
No, there's no audience.
It's worse.
These are
It is far worse than any NAAA meeting you could ever go to.
Dude,
the people that go to open mics are so much more fucked up.
Yeah, there was
They're a
I'm
nightmare.
Not exaggerating. 2 weeks ago, I was at an open mic. I'm not gonna say where or whatever. So I had this open mic, and you know me, I don't get uncomfortable really.
No.
Yeah, you
especially
smooth.
just
You're
like
a smooth
not even with
operator.
that, right? Like
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I even told my coworkers this, and they were like, "Yeah, you never get uncomfortable." There was a guy who went up last. It was just a rant, and it was like I was like, "Oh, he's gonna shoot. This is it. He's gonna
Yeah.
He's
We're
gonna
done.
shoot the place up."
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that was when I was looking at a friend of ours, Jack Stannard, and I was just looking at him like,
Yep.
So is it safe to assume it was not Jack?
"No,
Yes, that
Jack's
would
the
be
best.
very bad.
Jack's
That
the
would-
fucking best."
Yeah. Jack
But-
just looks like a school shooter.
Yeah.
He's not actually doing it. Yeah.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
But no, this dude, like, and I was hosting the mic, and I got up there after he was done, and I was like, "Oh, I'll make a funny comment," and I was like, "You know what?
No.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Let's go home. And I just went, okay, that's it. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
I was there were two
That's
guys that
scary.
were like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need to go.
Right.
You need to be put down now because it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
My favorite thing ever is when I would be hosting something and the person would bomb, and then I'd go up and they wouldn't laugh at my next joke, and I'd go, okay, you don't laugh. I bring that guy back up again.
And now we're going to laugh, right?
Like, fuck that guy.
That's awesome.
Oh my God. All right, so let's do a really quick mental health check. And sorry to pick your brains, but you're young. And hey, you kids, you keep me young.
Yeah.
So let's go in order of,
Mentally
let's see.
ill.
Let's go with the person with the greenest eyes goes first. How's that?
You
What
got
do
green
got?
eyes.
I got blue eyes, you bitch.
I got blue eyes.
What do you got?
Brown.
Okay, blue is closer to green than brown, so go ahead, Bo.
Green eyes.
All right. This week I feel like Phil Collins because I can feel it coming
no,
in the air
no,
tonight.
no.
Somebody mentioned last
likes
week
you.
that my singing was really good, so I think
Woohoo!
those comments.
No, you
deaf
know who
woman.
it was? Yeah, the deaf community.
Listen,
Ellen
people-
Keller reached out.
People think I got good voice.
Maybe you do. We'll
Good
do a
vocal.
duet.
We were
Yeah.
singing Usher together on the
and
way
I
down
did a
here.
good job.
I hate both of you.
Yeah.
Them days.
The
I'm
reason-
thinking I was-
what's in
The
the air
reason why
tonight?
I feel it's in the air tonight.
Because you farted?
No, it's because I'm a pretty big deal now.
I know you are.
things are,
Yeah, you went up a whole
God.
pant size. You're a huge deal.
Oh my
Things
God.
are starting to happen for me, you know.
Just
I'm
tell the
starting to
people. You're just telling
explode
them.
onto the scene here in New York City. People are, entranced by my.
They really are.
Yeah,
By your girthy nature.
I've been selected
To audition.
to
Looking at you through the
audition
camera. I'm looking on the screen.
for Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. Ever heard of it, Nick?
Yeah, that thing that doesn't propel careers anymore. That they did virtually last year. No, listen, I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Gonna
of
be
you.
a new face.
Bo,
This is good,
Bo,
this is good.
no one believes in you less than me.
Yeah, it's true.
And I will tell you, I was shocked to receive this news.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Let me rustle up a few people because if I show up, they'll automatically give it to you. So I'm cheering you on. But by this time next week, we will know if you move to round 2. So cross your fingers, don't get a big head, and shut the fuck up, Phil Collins.
Don't need the luck
Oy vey.
when you got the
I
talent.
can't wait to
I
get a
know.
text like, I bombed.
I can't wait to text that to you.
Yeah.
Like as he's up there, me
I'll
just
be at a
going,
steakhouse
"Oi."
in New Haven with the boys.
There you
and
go.
I'm going to be like, he fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, Bo.
No, I want you to do
Bo,
well.
you're
It's
doing
fine.
well then. We won't rain on your parade.
Right.
Although we just did. Nick, go ahead.
did.
What is your mental
Real
health?
quick, my mental health. Okay, real quick backstory. I've been dating a little bit. Okay, not on the apps, but just people see me, kind of like JFL saw you, and they're like, he's the one. Women just see me,
Yeah.
and they go, yeah,
Couple nibbles.
yeah, dude. They go, hey, Baldy, you want to hang out? And I go, sure.
Yeah.
Is that how it happens?
Usually.
Okay.
So anyway, this girl asked me out. We've been on a few dates and it's been going well. But I try to on dates, and we've talked about this in the very beginning. I try to focus on them. I ask a lot of questions. I really, truly, even though I have a podcast and I'm a comedian, I do not like talking about myself.
Yeah.
Because and some people are cool with it, but most of my life may bum people out.
Yeah. It hasn't been great.
So like the what I dread the
Yeah.
most on dates is someone asking me, "Oh, what's your parents like? What's your mom like?" And you're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
and you got to do that.
I'll tell you what she's like, decomposed.
Yeah. and then like, "Oh, well, what is your dad like? What's he do?" The whole what he does for work and
Right.
whatever. But I frame everything in a very positive light.
Right. They're jumbo hot dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
They're huge,
Full-ons.
just like his son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I blacked out.
But I try to whatever. So I try to keep it in a positive light. And this particular girl I was on this date with, good family, everyone's intact, close with her brother. sees-
So it's never going to work out because you'll find
just
something wrong
great.
with her?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But like a great family. But I'm telling her, she wanted to find out stuff about me, and I'm telling her stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her stuff about my life, and I'm just seeing the sadness.
It's just crashing.
Yeah, I see the light just leave her eyes. So I feel like Dr. Kevorkian. Because I'm killing these bitches out here. and not in a good way.
Oh, Nick. Do you think she really just felt sorry for you? And actually, chicks who feel sorry for guys gobble a knob.
I mean,
This is what I think
How do you think it
happened.
works for me?
I do know that.
I had a girl say that to me recently.
Oh, yeah. If
I had
they
a girl-
feel pity for you, they'll suck a dick like a
Well,
champ.
she was like saying something about going out. I go, listen, I don't have money for that right now. I don't want to do that. I straight up was like,
was good.
I'm not doing that. Well, she was different. She wanted to get a hotel. I didn't want to pay for it. So I said, listen.
You know what comes with a hotel?
What?
Anal.
Gross.
No, but I was like, no, I don't have money. She goes, I feel like that's just a thing you say to make girls feel bad for you. I go, no. Who says that?
Yeah.
People do that?
Yeah, they do.
Really?
I think some guys probably work that dead mom angle pretty good.
No, I never
and the
use
girl
that
could be like,
shit.
I'll save you.
Nope.
Girls or guys have that
If a
savior
girl was like
complex
that, I'd be
too.
so
but-
turned off if the girl was like,
By the way,
"Oh
can
my
I just
God," I'd be
ask, why did she want to go to a hotel? You have an apartment.
She didn't want to come all the way to my place. She wanted to
Oh,
go
she's a bitch.
to a neutral zone.
Ugh.
That's so
It's a
stupid.
playoff game. You go to neutral territory. It's a Super Bowl.
No, I don't agree with that. Then she doesn't like
Well, it
you
didn't
enough
happen.
to drive.
No, it's fine. I don't care. But I just
Yeah.
went home, went to bed. It was way better. But
It's always better.
Yeah.
it is.
We've talked about that recently
was great.
on the
Podcast.
subject about what was the subject?
Not having sex with whores.
Yeah, so, and you guys have both gone back on that. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
who
why we have a topic we have
cares?
later today.
All I did was stop at a gas station, get a chocolate covered payday, and I was happy.
The best.
Ooh,
That's one.
payday.
Nice.
That's it. That's
All right.
having sex. I had that.
I have very little mental health.
She's on the brink.
No, you know what it is? I feel like, because I even said it right in the intro, I'm very unprepared today.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? What am I trying so hard? Who gives a shit? I'm going to research this topic. I'm going to write some shit down. No.
Nah.
Because I have everything I need right here. I have knowledge, I have heart, and I know how to react to your idiot stories. So you know what I am? I'm like that dad you always see in Central Park with a kid with a shitty diaper. He forgot the diaper bag. He's completely unprepared. That's me. And this time I've got on a shitty diaper right now. Yeah. Would that be fucking hardcore?
Depends.
What?
Sponsor us.
Yeah. But no, I'm like, I don't need to fucking over prepare. Because I
Yeah.
think that that's what happens. I get all in my head and I'm like, oh, then I'm looking at notes and this and that. Yeah, we'll be back to that.
It's a
Next time.
podcast. What do these people want? This is free. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Okay. Like,
It's true.
listeners
It's
true.
plummet. But so I think it's fine. I just have to, we all have to just believe in ourselves. Yay.
Yeah.
I knew it'd work out. No, I didn't. Oh my God. So tell the people our topic, Nick, if you even remember.
We are our topic today is 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And all day.
Mambo number 5. Those are the dances.
No,
that we're talking
literally, what I sang into the camera before is what I will sing to you now. All day, as I'm thinking of the topic, all I'm thinking of is that Paula Abdul song. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Oh, yeah.
We go together because opposites attract. We need to do a show on opposites.
Is you think she's still hot? Is she still hot?
Paula Abdul?
Yeah.
Well, she
Good
was a
question.
pill popper for a while.
Ooh.
It was well documented. I'm not making that up. She was addicted to the pain meds. From the neck down, she's pretty good. Neck up, not bad.
Yeah.
But I think she might have had a little work. Who knows?
She had the
But
vaginal rejuvenation.
that's not a thing. That
It is a
she-
thing.
But she didn't do it. Or she might have. Who knows?
is a thing.
Either
Bo got
way,
it
are
done.
we coming
Yeah.
back with the topic or are we just going to blow it off?
Let's do the topic.
Okay.
No, I quit. No, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and talk about our topic
Yes.
of the day.
Bye.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. Hello, welcome back to Loser with a Dream podcast. We're losers.
And we have big dreams.
We do.
Yeah. Isn't this a good show?
It is. I'm happy with it. Why aren't we rich yet? I don't get it.
Because we take 1 step forward, then we take 2 steps back.
Just like Paula Abdul, baby.
Yeah.
Then we gonna get a pill habit. It's gonna be good.
I would love a good pill habit.
Yeah.
A couple perkadoodle doos.
All right, dude.
All right. Sorry.
1 step forward,
Two
steps back.
Yes.
How did we come? I don't even know how we came to this.
We came to this topic because we keep talking about stuff on this podcast that we say we're going to do, and then we don't do it.
Yeah.
It's like the first 5 episodes were like, we're going to work on our food issues, and then we didn't at all.
Well, only you two didn't, but you know.
All right. Shut up. Shut up, Mr. Universe.
Ooh, I'm
You're the
dope.
fat universe.
Anyway, okay.
And then like,
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the different things I'm screwing up. No, but with like the ladies, you know, we're like, dude, like 3 weeks ago, we were like, yeah, I was on this podcast. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, after shows, get on the apps and like,
Then you
text
start
a bunch of women.
scrambling for sex. You
I
guys
feel-
like eggs?
Yeah, then I go to Worcester and it's over.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Worcester's a real problem.
Yeah.
I get it, dude. I got lonely last week too, and I cracked.
I know. I just get lonely. And, you know, but that's the thing. It's like, I think having the, like, I want to change or do something good is good. It's good to have that. And it's good to take the one step forward. And you're going to take the 2 steps back literally 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like having a goal and having like a, you know, hey, this is my ideal is important. But like, you know, we'll get there when we get there. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of always been my thing. It's like, especially working on stuff in recovery, like it's like, oh, you gotta work on your food, you gotta work on your mental health, you gotta work on, you know, like your work and managing time and, you know, working on relationships. And it's like, there's just so much shit in life that you have to do to try to be, you know, a productive member of society. And I can honestly say today, I'm not a degenerate. I'm not dead from drugs. I'm not, you know, I don't have a million STDs. I'm not, you know, I don't have multiple kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot in my life where I'm hitting the bar, right? Like I am doing enough, right? So when I get like really pissed at myself for like these little things that I don't hit, or like the, you know, the McDonald's trip after the show at midnight, or like the, you know, eating
payday.
Yeah, or like eating the pizza after the Mohegan Sun show, or like
Those are nice though. Those are nice things.
it's like, hey, I'm not gonna get there. It's just maybe this isn't meant to be. That I always figure it out.
Right.
You know, and also taking those 2 steps back is where I get the funny. Like that's where you get like the, oh yeah, all right.
The
That's where
funny
you get like,
or the fun.
right. It's like the brevity. Like it's just, or the levity is the word, where you get like that levity of like,
Lisa's shaking her head.
no, it's the levity of life where you're like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot. Like I think every week I need to have at least 3 to 4 things that I do where I go, oh yeah, no, you don't know what you're doing. and that's good. It's, if I walked around all the time like doing the right thing and doing well, I'd lose my mind, and I would set myself up to not take 2 steps back, but to like do something crazy.
It's not fun, man.
Yeah.
It's not fun. This happened with me with what do you call it? That thing you guys always make fun of me that I do, 75 hard or whatever. I wish, dude.
Oh.
I wish I did tap dancing. Yeah, so 75 hard is me and my buddies did it at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
75 days, you have things you have to check off a checklist. You have to basically read 10 pages of something nonfiction. You have to do 2 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outside, no matter what the weather. And it's just a walk. And then, you know, no alcohol, follow a diet, not any, you know, nothing wild, but something you pick. Right. But it's all these things you got to check off a list every day, right? You got to.
Yeah. Where on the list does it say to blow 3 guys?
That's in my notes section under 2022 goals. But,
yeah.
You know, recently, like I was on it for like 50 days and we got to day 50 and then my buddies and I were like, yeah, I don't have time for this shit. Like, I maybe do, sort of, but not really. Like, I was so exhausted that, like, even like doing sets, I was like, I don't even remember what I'm saying. Like, I'm so tired. I was like, fuck this. Yeah. It's getting in the way. You know, I'm seeing my buddies this Friday. We all want to go out and like have a few drinks and hang out. We haven't seen each other and, you know, we haven't hung out like that in forever. And it's like, what am I going to do? Be like, no, I'm doing this challenge.
Yeah.
It's like, don't be 34, dude. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I take care of myself 90%
You're not
of the time.
dying of fat tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. The
I'm
fat
not
isn't-
fucking like it's not an emergency.
No.
It's not bad. I'm not gonna die. I'm all good. Like I
Right.
could have a few drinks and then like even like Saturday at Lisa's house for game night. First of all, let me just say Lisa got it done in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, we say game night. I thought like I have some chips and hang out and play some game.
Yeah.
No, she made gnocchi with sauce and there was a stir fry. There was fucking. I was like, what's happening? And you just kept bringing shit out, and I was like, and then all the Valentine's candy. Like that morning when I woke up the next day, I was peeing foam. I had so much sugar. My kidneys were like, hey man, we don't do this all the time.
Yeah.
I felt terrible, but
Yeah.
we're having those nights. I'm there with my buddy Anthony, who I usually do this shit with.
Yeah.
And he's like, and we're like, oh, man. I was like, I go, I need to stop. I go, if I grab something else, I go, you hit me. Like I told
Yeah.
him, I was like, you punch me in the fucking face.
Right.
And then like after like probably 30 minutes, we both were like, nah,
What does it matter?
just have a Reese's.
What? Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Like for me, I guess it could matter more, right? Like I'm single. I was like, you're married. Who gives a fuck,
it just
dude?
doesn't. No, it doesn't matter. You
It
know.
doesn't.
And I think like I think it's good to talk about this stuff and the stuff that we want to do, but it's also just as good to be like, yeah, I mean, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as much as I've always wanted to have a 6-pack.
No,
Oh,
not even that,
I've always
dude.
wanted it though. Hey, can I just say I've always wanted it?
Yeah, but that's
Can that be
dumb.
my journey to say that I've always wanted
not
that?
gonna be your journey.
Can I just say that that's what I've always wanted?
You get a 6-pack of Spindrift seltzers. You girl.
But it's never gonna happen, right?
No.
Never. There's no world where that ever comes true, right?
Most people, yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
happen.
yeah. So it's like,
It's a very unattainable thing.
yeah. So it's like, well, of course the ideal will never be reached, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't go to the gym and get on the Nautilus machine.
Exactly. You don't just fucking. It's
Right.
like I heard this. I think I may have said this before, but one of my buddies who was a trainer with me, he always used to say he's like, if something goes wrong in your program, it's like when you have a flat tire, do you just go pop the other 3?
Right.
Like,
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's fixable.
Yeah. Taking the 2 steps back is part of the journey.
Yes.
Like you almost have to.
Yeah.
Like, and just like the same thing with relapse is important. People forget how important relapse is.
To kind of, in what regard? Like,
Well,
you're saying
sometimes
to kinda
people
like,
are, I've seen plenty of people that are in recovery. I've been this guy in recovery where it's like, I'm doing it, but I'm not really doing shit. I'm not really like working on myself. I'm not really showing up to meetings and caring. I'm not talking to new guys. I'm not trying to do the thing, right? And I'm like skipping meetings and doing all that stuff. And it's like, well, I'm going to relapse eventually. I might as well get it out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Like I've watched people relapse and go, thank God that guy fucking relapsed. Because now he's in pain. And now he might actually do some work.
I see what
Right?
you're saying.
So it's like if he's not in pain, if he's just walking around being miserable and just kind of like coasting on a certain level.
Right.
Like you don't want to see people coast on a certain level of misery. You want to see them either get real miserable or get real good.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because at least if you're going up or down, you know that there's going to be a bottom shelf to it.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's better. It's way better to, it's way better to fuck up and then go, oh, all right, now it's time for me to change.
Right.
Right? Like it's always better to change.
Yeah. Could find happiness that way.
You could.
I know I have.
Yeah.
As Lord and Savior.
I should get to be, I should go try to be 500 pounds in the next 3 months. If I get there, then maybe I might turn around and say, 6-pack coming my way.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude.
mean? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat
Oh my God.
as much as I can.
Which is
No.
what you do anyways.
Yeah, no. But I mean, even like, so the women's stuff, it's like, because the loneliness kicks in, then you take the 2 steps back. And then you go, okay, and then you leave, you put your pants on, you're like, oh, bye, miss. You feel bad about it.
Goodbye, Miss Lady.
Yeah. You feel bad about it. You're like, oh, I don't even know her name.
I don't feel bad, but I'm just like,
I feel bad.
I never feel bad. I just feel like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like.
At least I'm not buying prostitutes.
I mean, we can get there.
I mean, we could.
How much do you think they cost?
I don't know, $200?
I don't know.
Is that not enough?
For those of you that listen to this,
Yeah,
DM
yeah.
us. We want
If
to
there's
know.
any whores out there, send us your rates.
any lonely
How much-
businessmen.
How much do you think? It's probably like 500 or a grand.
I think it depends on the quality of the whore.
Right. Yeah, maybe the $200 one is
Yeah, you don't want a $50.
yeah, she's got a beard.
It's me. That's tier 6 of our Patreon.
How much do you think you could get on the street?
If like someone were like one F, like
Yeah.
Okay. Great question.
I think maybe $50.
Yeah, dude. For a guy, it's like especially like I think
You're more of a glory hole situation.
I-
You don't want to see that guy working
That's
on
true,
you.
dude. I am. Well, I can actually reach through the hole.
It's a real don't ask, don't tell situation for you, buddy.
Bo's your belly will get in the way, and then your penis isn't long enough to get through the hole.
Oh, we're grossing him out
They
now.
call him old Tippy Tom over there, just a Tip Tom.
Well, this podcast has been one step forward, two steps back.
That's what we're gonna change the name to.
Yeah.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. Lisa's forward, we're back to her falling. That would be good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially with comedy, though, right? Like, it's like you have a good set, then you go out there, you say the N-word by accident, and 2 steps back.
Hasn't happened. Won't happen. To you, maybe.
Just want to see how many times I can make Lisa shake her head in one segment.
Down piping Julio by the schoolyard. Right, Paul Simon?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to take...
The moral of the story.
The moral of the story is if you don't subscribe to Patreon, we can't continue to afford to do this. So figure it out, man. We're entertaining. We're fun. My dad's flipping hot dogs. Help! God damn it, man. I already lost my hair and half my family.
1-800-KELP us.
They're all dead. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the one and only professional Parker, Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Loser with a Dream podcast. We're losers.
We're having literally a belching contest as Paul is setting up.
Paul's
the
Paul's
recorder.
pointing. Are you guys
He's like, "You're ready.
You guys
You don't
ready,
have to
or are
belch
you just
the
gonna
whole-
burp?
That
Keep going,
would be
you pieces of
great."
shit.
It's like, I've often said on here, I only have 2 talents, which are driving and comedy. I have belching also, so 3. And not parking, because you kind of teased when you said I'm a professional parker. I'm really nervous because I literally squeezed into a space.
And we mean squeeze.
Like, you guys have no idea. And I was so proud of myself that I got in, and I'm literally touching both cars right now.
You are.
But all I can do is think about how am I going to get out? But if you get in, you're going to get out.
I don't know.
And also, one behind me is a BMW, so the Germans were not nice to the Jews. So I feel fully
It's woke
confident.
if you fuck them up.
Yes, I could really.
It's probably a Jewish guy that owns that car. Right?
Yeah, I should hit him, and I'm obsessed with this. But I think we will get out of that space. But it did worry me.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't have any confidence in your opinion.
I think no, I do. I think we just gun it and just see what happens.
Oh, Jesus Christ! But speaking of which, okay, the reason this subject came up is 1 step forward, 2 step back. I also looked up the term 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and it's not a thing. Like, it's
No one's
just
going
like
forward.
literally, it's not like, well, I ate more vegetables and drank more water. And then 1 week, I just did the water thing. It's always like I didn't have the vegetables, didn't have the water, and like I ate a cow's asshole and a donkey's dick. It's like it doesn't. You always do way steps back.
Right, of course.
So that's a thing. So it's just like it came up because I could not believe how fluid your definitions are of what we're gonna do. So Bo's like all forthright on an episode a few weeks ago about like not having sex with meaningless girls or meaningless sex with girls.
Right.
And we're like, that's just great.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the thought behind, well, I said that, but that's okay. So, because we've all done it.
Yeah.
Like, not the meaningless whore sex,
Right.
although we all have done that. But why you sounded if people re-listen to that last segment, Bo sounds really forthright and angry the entire time, super defensive, like, listen, you're like, I just think relapse is really fucking necessary. Like, that's insane. By the way, it's such stupid logic. But
Oh no, relapse is necessary. It is. I'm a health professional.
No, but what? I don't blame you guys. You're of the age that you got to get the poison out of your penises. I understand that. But what's the limit? In other words, yes, there's a balancing act between I'm going to misbehave or do whatever, and I'm not going to self-flagellate. I'm going to forgive myself for it. It was just a misstep. But then there's also the letting yourself off the hook.
Right.
So how do you balance that? Because clearly I don't know how you found girls to let you get off the hook, but you're off the hook.
Hey.
What do you mean you don't know how? Come back to us,
You're
Paul.
confused.
You guys on YouTube right now?
I know, you're so hot.
I mean, no, not even that.
I got my own mug.
Personality.
Yeah, it has to be.
That's a thing that's kind of happened for me lately. I've been talking to my buddies about this because, like, talking about, working out and all this shit. And I was like, I used to, obviously it was for football, but it used to be like to get girls to notice you.
Sure, of course.
And now that I could get girls to notice me without being super ripped and jacked, I'm like, I don't care as much.
No, because you have developed a personality. You do have that thing. Women like you. I don't get it, but okay. Men really adore you, and you could get more than $50 of piping up in P-Town. I'm just going to tell you.
I'm gonna go $1.20. Get $1.25. $125. $125. You get 75 to 80.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Bo.
Or if they charge by the pound.
Okay, shut up and get back to the subject. So where's your balance of I'm not letting myself off the hook, but I'm not beating myself up either? Like, where does the balance come in?
I think the balance comes in with like the amount of pain you're in with each thing. Like, because it's like there's some things where it's like, all right, I'm gonna like, for example, when I was at Mohegan Sun doing the shows that other weekend, I was like, I'm not gonna gamble. The first 3 days, I go, no way. Am I gonna gamble for these 4 days? And if you put me on a lie detector test, I would have been like, yes, I am never. There's no chance it's gonna happen. And then the Sunday I wake up, they kick me out of the hotel because I didn't get a late checkout.
Right.
So now I got an excuse. I'm gonna hang around all these slot machines and all the tables for 5 hours. I can't be held responsible for my actions. Right? And then show's not till 8. I've been doing shows all week. And now I got to wait and do this show. I'm going to get home late. I'll go play $200 on
I don't know.
on blackjack.
Maybe you could have gone to a meeting.
Snowstorm. Snowstorm couldn't leave the premises.
But you'd have still found an excuse. You went because you could go to a meeting online. Yeah, you could sit in that steakhouse, you fat bastard.
Right. There's always like you should.
But here's the question. You're derailed. You're trying to distract me with this gambling thing that has nothing to do with it. What I'm talking about is the reason this subject came up was because you were very proud of yourself that your sponsor talked you down off the ledge when you were like, I'm going to bang this girl and I'm going to feel even worse than I do.
Right.
So what happened where you somehow now go, oh, I had a meaningless Tinder thing, which is fine.
Yeah.
Why didn't that make you feel bad and this one would have?
I think it's because I got the pat on the back of like, hey, look at you. You did the right thing there. You know what I mean? It's almost like...
Oh, when you go on a diet and you lose 10 pounds and then you treat yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then
that's exactly it.
Then you're a treating yourself motherfucker.
Yeah. It's like, well, remember that time I called my sponsor and I didn't do it?
Let me get one in right now. Right.
Yeah, why not?
So your fear when you were about to go after that girl was that you would feel worse after.
Right.
What made you not feel bad after this one?
Because I had already rationalized.
In what way? What did you say?
I've already said like, oh, well, I deserve this one and it's not that big a deal and whatever. So, you know what I mean? You just go through the whole list of like, no.
But did you feel bad after?
No, not really.
Not really?
Not really.
What part of you felt bad? What was was there a little thought about, oh, I would have been a stronger person if I hadn't done it? So it was really, you didn't feel like you did anything wrong.
No, because
But we were just like, wow, you were probably a little disappointed in yourself that you had to have this medication.
Right.
So that's the self-forgiveness part.
Yeah.
And if you went on some mad tear, like in a fantasy world where girls actually liked you, we would be like, oh my God, he's banging all the time, maybe 5 a night. Like there's people who are like addicted to sex and stuff, you know, guys who can get laid, unlike you guys. So I think it's really where you have to not. Well. little bit. No, okay. Where there is a balance to it then.
Yeah.
But how are you going to know in advance if you're going to feel like shit after?
I think if I'm like putting a lot of pressure on myself to not do it, then I know, oh man, this is going to be bad when I do it, because then I'm going to really feel like sad. Because
so how does that equate to drinking then? So you've been sober 4-ish years.
Yeah.
If you think, oh my God, if I drink, I'm going to feel really bad.
Sure.
So is that what prevents you from doing it?
No.
What prevents you from doing it?
Well, what prevents me from doing it is that, like, I mean, it'll completely wreck my entire life. It's
you
not,
just know it'll be death eventually.
I'll die for sure.
Right.
So it's like,
could you put that in writing? Is that a promise?
Right.
No, yeah, I don't think I would survive it. Like, you know what I mean? And if I did, then, you know, I'd lose everything else.
We would hate you as a drunk or drug addict. We would be just like, ew.
Pretty fun.
No. Gross. I've seen pictures of you walking around a festival with a bathrobe on. It's so gross.
It's hot.
I know, it's so gross. But I mean, okay, so you do the one step forward. Hey, look, I didn't bang the have the meaningless sex with the girl. The 2 steps back is, okay, I did. So what happens then, and what's the result? What happens next?
The next is like, am I going to hit another bottom with it? Or is this just going to be kind of, if I'm just going to live in this area of like trying to limit the harm? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, am I really going to change, or am I just going to do this harm reduction kind of like, all right, you know, every now and then, you know, enough so it, like, I'm still getting the good parts of it and staying away from it enough so I'm not like feeling terrible.
So
because there is moderation with stuff.
I was just going to say, so you keep it from being an addictive behavior,
right?
You and then banning anything means we want to go have more of it.
Yeah.
So if you said, you know, I'm never doing this. If Nick was at my house for the game night and was like, I'm not having any sugar, you're going to have a binge later. So any deprivation leads to a binge, right?
Right. Like, I would love to go gluten-free because I had lost like 60 pounds the last time I did it.
It's so cute when he has these fantasies.
I would love it if I could even manage to try to do that.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
But you don't have to go gluten-free. You could just give up bread.
Right.
No?
Maybe. I don't know how gluten works.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Gluten's
It's in a lot of things.
in gasoline. It's in
yeah. No, but so you would love to do that,
Yeah.
but you know you'd have the eventually falling off and end up.
I'd be on a
bulking up.
calzone streak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did say, I think this is a good idea when you said you think you should gain like all this weight and be 500 pounds.
So you feel the pain.
I actually think what you should do is go up to 600, because then you
on
could
TV.
be on my 600-pound life and you could get famous from it.
That's true.
If you're going to be large
I'd have
and
good
misshapen, why not go on the show?
That's true. That's true. You got to think. Always thinking about the content. I appreciate that.
I do. I have your. I should be a manager.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what's going on.
No, but don't you think that there is something to that? Like, if you're gonna be an addict that's active, shouldn't you be going all the way? Shouldn't you be using as much as you can so that when you hit that bottom, you hit it faster? Rather than like spanning it out over the course of 10, 15 years with like.
So in other words,
reduction?
like you benefited from having
I
all
did it
this
the right
stuff
way.
in your system at a young age, and then we're like, no, I'm going to die if I don't get a hold of this.
Yeah, I think I did it the right way. Like, get sober at 24 rather than be 50 and have
tons of debt, have
of
like
debt,
3
kids that hate you.
and yeah.
Yeah, like, late on a mortgage payment, like wife's leaving. You know what I mean? Like,
This is a good story you're weaving for us about sad tale of woe.
yeah. Well, it's like those are the things that happen. I see all the time. So I'm like, oh man, I hit, like, completely spun out of control so young before any of it really. There was no skin in the game.
Right.
So it's like now I get now I get the good years to try. I get my whole 30s if I keep
Yeah, but
working
what's
on this
worried
stuff.
me in the past, Nick, you'll agree with this too. In the past couple weeks, he's said some bullshit.
I say that all the time.
You're an idiot. And he's always going, I probably will relapse. I probably will relapse. And that's like, I don't believe in positive thinking. I don't
Yeah.
believe in manifesting. But like, that would be horrible.
It wouldn't be good.
We're not talking about someone who relapses off and then does a sugar binge.
Yeah.
We're talking about something you can die from.
Right.
So I'm like, why do you say that? And
think
why
it's-
is that okay?
I think it's fun to have a little bit of dark sense of humor about it.
Wait, but you've been saying it's serious.
No, it's always in jest to an extent.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
like
you
when
think?
I joke about death shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's my
Yeah.
like his relapse jokes are like my like dead mom jokes.
Well, it's just that I didn't know
I never
they were
looked at you and
jokes
went,
because they
"I'm gonna
weren't funny.
relapse."
No, I
but
think
I mean,
you're
like,
a funny
there's-
guy, Bo.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, he's fucking serious.
I think you just get worried.
Well, yeah. Why shouldn't I?
No, you should. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I think you have a higher like, that could happen because you've probably seen a lot of people relapse,
Sure,
and so it's
sure.
probably bringing up a little like trauma.
Listen, don't fucking try to psychoanalyze
would
me.
you look at
You're the
that?
one that- No, actually, I don't like addicts, meaning
Yeah.
active addicts at all.
Yeah.
I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
Like I had a talk with my friends when we were going to Vegas, and they said, "Don't be doing the CBDs and the
That's
smoking
not even a
of
drug.
the pot. Not that one, the one where you chew them."
This guy was doing fucking acid and cocaine, drinking
I don't
30
like
beers
the
a
pot
day.
and the booze. I
Yeah.
said, limit yourself to one scorpion bowl each. No, but I just don't like inebriants.
Right.
You know, I just have an aversion, and I don't know why, because my parents didn't drink or anything. I think it was just like I dated a pothead, and it just was like,
interesting.
fuck this shit.
I
Yeah.
can get why I didn't like it because I grew up and saw my grandmother turn into a fucking nightmare from
Right.
drinking. But like
Right.
your parents didn't drink or anything like that, nothing.
No,
I think maybe you just hate seeing anyone out of control.
I hate it.
because you're like
Oh my
so in
God.
control and you're like fucking
Yeah,
figure
that
it
could
out.
be it. It could be it.
So gross.
'Cause you're a control
But also,
freak.
you know, you guys, 100%. But you guys, this is what made me laugh too, is when you're talking. I'm like, okay, you're joking about hookers, this, that, the other. Yeah, I get it. But this is the quote. At least I'm not paying prostitutes. Shouldn't your standards be a little higher? I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
should
like,
they? I think if you have low standards, you can always meet the standard.
Yeah, but then you have a shitty fucking life.
I like my life. It's,
Yeah,
Well,
because you
good.
don't have that as your standard.
Yeah.
Admit it. You
no,
do not.
that it's definitely above that.
There's always. Do you guys think there's always lower that we can go?
Yes. Well, because I see people, I meet people, and I go, "Oh wow, that person's okay with a lot of stuff that is far beyond my comfort zone."
Yeah, Bo sees
The dregs of the dregs.
well,
I
he
do.
sees a lot of that daily, or daily, pretty much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So
like, I
yeah,
understand.
and also meeting people like that is good because you go, oh, "Look at me."
Nailing
You
it.
know? Yeah, it's like a little
Killing life
Yeah.
here.
Well, it's even going to an open mic. You see some people, and you're like, oh, "All right, I'm not bad. I'm not."
a couple of those dudes I was real worried about.
Yeah, you're like, "All right, well, I figured out how to write a joke at least." You know?
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is I think
mean-
this ties into the adage in their top secret program meetings you go to. Progress, not perfection. Is that
Yes.
what we're talking about?
Yes.
And do you agree with that?
I do.
That being said, please everyone go back and listen to episode 4 where Bo says, fuck this progress, not perfection. Where you'd go on a huge rant. I don't think it was episode 4, but I remember you going on a huge rant. This is how I love how you change from day to day, one
Yeah.
step forward, two back, where you're like, oh, fuck that, man. Like, just stick to the program. So, like, even
Yeah.
you don't know what you're talking about, but that's all right.
No, I don't. No.
So you do, though, in all seriousness, believe in progress, not perfection. Because we can't
do.
ever have, no one can give up sugar for life, even diabetic. Like, you're going to
Yeah.
have to, like, soothe that ache somehow.
And you just burn yourself out. Like, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Like, you could be like, oh, I'm at a bottom with this now. And then you go, okay, well, now I'm going to get a therapist and I'm going to go to a outpatient program and I'm going to start going to meetings every day. And you just start like putting together all this stuff. And it's like, hey, let's just do one at a time.
That's true, too.
And let's just, because
You mean I'm not right to want to put together a team? No, because a very, very famous podcaster, the number one podcast in the world,
Yeah.
she talked about her relapse last week, and she was on the next day going, I'm just waiting to see what the first step will be. I'll know.
Yeah.
Meaning like she knows she has to get help.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't know what that looks like yet. I'm taking my time. So I think that's the key, is going a little gentleness with yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like throw the kitchen sink at every problem.
Right.
Especially any sort of thing where you need to withhold yourself of something, like whether it's food or, sex or any of these things.
It's not
like
what withhold means, but that's okay.
you have to withhold from yourself, right?
No, you have to, like, you're withholding something.
Yeah.
So you said it backwards.
Yeah.
Just rewind.
All right, whatever.
Just like, yeah, I'm so sorry. Maybe I have perfection problems. With
I like
the
grammar.
English Shut up. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry that I have standards.
Oh, whatever.
I know.
Standardized testing's rigged.
Yeah. I love when Nick was on the podcast, by the way, last week and said something like, doesn't matter what college you go to. Like, anytime you guys yell about some shit,
We're
I
always
go,
wrong.
they don't mean that shit.
No, it really doesn't, though.
I don't know.
does.
You
I think it
shouldn't go
depends
to
on what
college.
you do.
It does.
If you go to like medical school, law school, yeah.
I
He
should.
loves that.
Yeah, you gotta go to like a trade school now.
I think the best thing is
Yeah.
every kid out of
Mechanic.
high school went to
Kidding me?
freaking
Yeah.
trade school, learned to be a plumber, electrician,
Start
car
making
mechanic,
money
hairdresser.
Yeah. Charge people cash under the table.
Well, okay.
doing
that-
good.
Fuck
yeah.
the government, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking
Biden
of
ain't getting my
cash-
taxes.
Speaking of cash, we got to go because we have some beautiful videos we have to tape tonight
Yeah.
for our
And I gotta go
Patreon.
wow audiences.
Will you let me finish? Our Patreon fans get a video, like a cameo video from us, which we call a clameo.
Whoa.
And so we got to tape those now. So all I can say is you guys, you have progressed, but you're not perfect. But who is?
We're close.
Yeah.
Eat sugar, try to get laid. You won't get Montreal. Just kidding.
And if he does, he's gonna relapse.
Oh God, I hope so. That'll be a great podcast.
I
That's
know.
your anniversary.
Finally.
Can you please write down relapse by April 16th?
I don't think I even want to write that.
Okay, so now I know you were just kidding when you said
It's
you're
on his vision board.
Oh my God. All right, guys, guess what? See you next
Four
week.
fingers.
Bang.
Thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.